Yo, it looks like we're here with some more Watsky today, and from what it looks like it's slam poetry, like his slam poetry from 2010. Yo, I have a passion for spoken word slam poetry, so this is like I'm hyped. Roll it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Channel's name is TheThirdErnest. I'm Ernest Adiano III, y'all guys' third family. If you're here and you're not subscribed and you like what you see at the end of the video, consider clicking the subscribe button bottom right hand corner. Now today's video, because it is so far off topic, or it's not something that I would have normally reacted to before this video, it should become as no surprise that this is a Patreon request, which is why we're getting to it, but I'm hyped. This Patreon request for more Watsky comes from Womp! Exclamation mark. That name makes me laugh every time, but I appreciate your subscription to Patreon. Anybody that wants to get a request in, or if you want to fall in and help the channel at a lower tier, throw some doll hairs my way, you know, because I do this thing full time. So if you're in that monetary capable position to help out the channel and something that you get enough content and enjoyment out of, consider clicking the first link down in the description. But like I said, I love slam poetry. I love spoken word poetry. It's a whole nother art form to be able to do this versus rap. You gotta keep the audience entertained, not just with the rhymes, not just with the subject matter, but with like your dialect, like the way you enunciate, the energy, the emotion that you have in your words, the speed, like everything about it is an art form that I wish that I could do, but I can't. But I'm excited for it because we had that last Watsky track, the Conversations, I believe it was what it was called, Conversations 2 or Conversations 1, but that track was fire. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite requests ever. So I'm hyped for this. Follow your boy on Instagram and on Twitter at TheThirdErnest, just like the channel. The links are down in the description below. And we got George Watsky, S is for Lisp, poetry. Let's get it.
And this next poem is for everyone who's ever been made fun of for the way that they talk.
S is for Lisp, I get it now.
So someone said to me the other day, I've got a lisp. A stranger, they said I've got a subtle lisp and I should know I sound a little stupid doing spoken word when all my words with S in them are spoken so absurd. I'm not upset. Okay, it just sucks. To think you're speaking normally for 2 decades and then shucks, find out your stuff sounds like a stanza of Severus Snape's toughest parcel tongue is pronounced by Daffy Duck.
Yo. Is the whole poem about to be nothing but S's? Like nothing but like where the lisp is accentuated, I guess you would say. And you see like the stage presence, you see like the way that he's like his mannerisms when he's delivering his lines. It's spoken word is a whole nother vibe than rapping. To me, I think it's harder than rapping. I don't know why I feel like that, but I think that spoken word is more difficult, and especially performing it is more difficult than rapping. You're changing vocal inflection and you're changing tempos and where syllables go and what you're giving more emphasis versus less. Like you're creating the tempo of the poem with no beat or tempo behind it. It's all on you.
So I will say this. My subtle lisp is not sinful. I'm not sorry Saturday. I'm not sorry Sunday. I'm spiritual, and when I speak, I celebrate the Sabbath 7 days a week.
When I speak, I celebrate the Sabbath 7 days a week. That's dope.
I celebrate the Sabbath 7 days a week. I've got special S sauce smothered on my skull walls like a tossed salad, so silkscreen the Sistine ceiling on my soft palate. I sing along with super scenesters reciting Sufjan Stevens songs in skinny jeans, dance salsa with soccer moms sneaking out in skimpy see-through sarongs. I will answer your questions in style with my sexy, subtly lisping, sparkling incisors smile. What's my surname? Watsky. What's my size? Stocky. My city? San Francisco. It's so sweet, now slow. See, I've heard some steamy stories of oral sex, but I'm not stretching to say one time I made a lady climax by speaking an essay section of a Shakespeare sonnet in her split legs general direction. I scribble all S essays, I shred them and sprinkle the all S ashes. My speech doesn't give a spotted sea snail if it passes. I slip past straight F's to straight S's in my classes because my speech stays second semester senior status.
Yo. Fire, bro. The alliteration, and then it also like slam poetry, it rarely, I wouldn't say rarely, I guess it's like it's a very popular style in slam poetry to not do poetry that rhymes. You use other poetic tools and other poetic styles like iambic pentameter, or you use alliteration, or you start every phrase with the same 4 words or whatever it is. A lot of times slam poetry doesn't rhyme. So for the fact that he's doing like a popular slam poetry style with the heavy alliteration, like accentuating accentuating the S sound, and then on top of that, he's still making it rhyme. Like Yo, it's fire. So is dope, especially considering that he's doing it like to prove a point about the fact that Lisp is nothing to be ashamed about, you know? And the poem is titled S is for Lisp versus L is for Lisp. Fire. This is dope, dog. I scribble all S essays and sprinkle them into all S ashes. My speech doesn't give a spotted sea snail if it passed. Like, I don't even know if I could, I don't know how much practice it would take me to not get my tongue twisted, like saying this poem, like performing this.
Straight F's to straight S's in my classes because my speech stays second semester senior status. Seriously, so soon. So sick, 6th grade school kids call me Sofa King. I'm on tongue steroids, slamming with the Sammy Sosa swing so tight. I sleep upright in a...
I'm on tongue steroids, slamming with the Sammy Sosa swing, bro. Fire. Some people just have it. Some people just have the talent. I said it in, did I say it in a video? Did I write it? I don't know where I said it. I said it where like, at a certain point, like talent has to be, like talent is God-given in a sense, because people will always say that the people that work hard will end up outworking the people who don't work hard and have talent. So like the people that don't have the talent will surpass just from their work ethic. But at a certain point, you will plateau right there because you don't have the God-given skill or talent to be able to take yourself to the next level. So people that work hard at their craft and they have talent on top of that, like just like next level. And this dude right here, same thing. He's fire. I could never ever do slam poetry.
Slamming with the Sammy Sosa swing so tight. I sleep upright in a small cell and singing sail the 7 seas on Steve Irwin's Stingray while your speedboat's sinking. Still too soon. Anyway, screw an SSOS. I'm straight SSS for save someone's standards. Studied at Emerson.
Screw an SOS. I'm S for SSS for save someone's standards versus SOS. Screw like getting help on for my Lisp. It's more like fuck the people that have a problem with the Lisp. Who says I have to conform to your standards, you know? It's dope.
Anyway, screw an SSOS. I'm straight SSS for save someone's standards. Studied at Emerson, the school of savage speech. Sup, Stanford. I spit sexier than Summer Sanders, Sarah Silverman, Susan Sarandon, Sissy SpaceX, Sally Struthers, and Selena, spooning in a 6-way same-sex all-S celebrity civil union. So...
Dog, I don't know where Emerson's at, but that was dope. The alliteration for all the female celebrities that have S's in their names is dope. But yeah, like I said, I don't know where Emerson is. Is it Ivy League? It can't be Ivy League, right? Because I know all the Ivy League schools. Nah, it's not Ivy League. It's actually Division III. Ivy Leagues are the Division I schools that are upper echelon in terms of academics. But it is a very expensive private school from what I saw.
Same-sex all-S celebrity civil union. So... you can slander the gay Lisp, and I will slip you a solid list of friends, or 60% of Emerson, who, Lisp or no Lisp, will stomp, spit, stay pissed, and start all over on the racists. You can save the South Korean stereotypes, the Sambo shtick. The sexist shit is sickening. And if you suppose your speech is normal, it's because your impediment is listening.
If you suppose your speech is normal, it's because your impediment is listening. Damn, that's a bar right there, son. Damn, your impediment is listening. If you suppose your speech is normal, it's fire.
Because your impediment is listening. Speak for those of us with something special. Something that sets us aside from my accent havers, my stammerers, my southerners, my stutterers, yes.
Damn.
I will spit it sick and stick to never...
My stammerers, like the people that stammer in the middle of a word, and then my stutterers for all the, like, just standing up for all of the people who obviously, like, have speech impediments. He's coming up here and be like, nah, we don't have an impediment at all. You know, we're just normal people. It's dope. Like, I love the stance of the poem for sure. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of the delivery. Like he could have just said, for sets us aside from my stammerers, from my stutterers. Like he could have just said that straightforward. But his delivery, he made it a point to actually do the speech impediment that he is talking about. For my stammerers, from my stutterers, like that. It's fire, dog. Fire. Just the delivery of spoken word is just like mind blowing to me.
My stammerers, my southerners, my stutterers, yes. I will spit it sick and stick to never skipping S, cause I was sucking on a soup spoon and a suckle that the sterling silver, simple, supple, super soaker, staying, watching sister, seeing each syllable scumming esophagus, smoother than this face upper and sucker touch, isolate on some, see there's no stopping this, I start the step to speaking, you will see that I will not desist, I'm sorry, Cupsy, if you don't like a subtle lisp, but you can simply suck on this.
fire, bro. That was dope. Yo. Dope request, my guy. Who requested this again? Who do we have? Who S is for Womp? Yo. Fire request. I would have never expected to get a request for spoken word poetry, and I love spoken word, so I'm like hyped about this, right? There's really nothing to break down. I mean, because that's not what spoken word poetry is about. The whole point of spoken word is to make your statement and like cut through as I was gonna say harmless, but as harmful as possible. Like it's supposed to hit you. Unless the poem is supposed to have a specific, damn, I'm doing the S thing now. Unless a poem is supposed to have a specific, like this right here, S is for Lisp. Like it was intended to have the amount of alliteration it did for a reason. If there's spoken word poetry that has like wordplay, it's because it's supposed to be like that. Like Bo Burnham's like wordplay songs that he has. But spoken word normally doesn't have that, and this one didn't have it. It just cuts straight through and gets its point across like in the most in your face way possible with all of the S, and the S is for Lisp. It's fire. But yo. That brings us to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you see, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment down below. If you like what you see enough, please consider subscribing. Long form breakdowns, analytical thoughts, feedback, reactions is how we get down around here. So if that's your vibe, hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. Follow your boy on Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, all linked in the description below. Again, Womp, I appreciate your Patreon subscription. Anybody else that wants to potentially support the channel, if you have the monetary capability to do so, please consider subscribing to Patreon, first link in the description. But that's all that I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Like I always say at the end of all of my videos, go out there in the world, love and care for one another, love and care for each other, and I'll catch everybody on the next video. Peace.